Good evening, good evening, good evening, everyone. Hope you can hear me. Good evening, good evening. Let me know where you are joining us from. Good evening. Good evening here in Nigeria, Lagos, Nigeria. Good evening to you. I'm so happy to be with you. Thank you for joining, everyone. Thank you for joining. Let us know where you are joining us from. I'm so excited with this topic. I'm excited about the guest as well. Good evening, good evening, good afternoon, good morning from wherever you are joining us from. Good evening. I'm your able self. Adenola Adola is my name. I'm a certified family life practitioner. I'm a seasoned family coach and also a therapist. I bring you greetings from Brook Gem Consult. You know the way we roll. Thank you everyone for joining. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for joining in. Thank you, thank you. This evening we are going to be breaking myths. Tell somebody to tell somebody to tell somebody that we are alive. Tell your married friends, tell your single friends to come and hear what is happening. Let them know that we are alive and we are about to break myths. Tell someone to tell someone. Yes. This evening is about to go down. I'm excited. I see people also excited to be here. We are going to be talking about money and marriage. Money and marriage. And my guest is also in the house. My guest is here. I'll be bringing her in shortly. And I'm so excited about this topic. You know that I'm passionate about marriage. I want you to marry right. We want you at Brook Gem to marry right, to take the right step, to do what is right, because bliss is achievable in your marriage. I tell you, marriage is sweet. Marriage is sweet. So with me this evening to bust this myth is Mrs. Oyeshola, Bukola Oyeshola. She's a very good sister and friend of mine. She's also a practitioner. She's a counselor and she's a seasoned counselor. She has been here before, and I'm sure some of us we know her. I'll be bringing her in shortly. Ms. Oyeshola is about to come in. We are talking about money and marriage. Money and marriage. My money is my money. Your money is our money. Money. In my place, we say Owolomboju Oreje. That is, you can have a good friendship until you start transacting business or interacting with money. Then you'll be able to test that person and know if the person is actually your friend. Ms. Oyeshola, we are waiting for you. We are waiting for you. So the same goes with marriage. So as a marriage, the institution of marriage, you cannot just discard your marriage. Unable to join. What's happening? Ms. Oyeshola, I'm inviting you. I need you to accept my invite. Thank you. Yeah. Good evening, ma. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. Thank you so much for making it with all your busy schedule. Still having time for us. We are grateful. Thank you so very much, ma. Thank you, thank
Yes, ma'am.
you, thank you, thank you.
Yeah.
Yes,
It's been
yes, we are here. This is the day that the Lord has made. Now we are here. The topic we are talking about the topic we are going to be speaking to is on myth, and the myth that we are taking today is money and marriage. Money and marriage. Do you have any introduction on that before we go into the questions? Do you have any introduction
yeah.
on that, money and marriage?
Generally speaking, myths are those beliefs that are actually false. Things that we believed in. It can be environmental belief. It can be believed by and so many other things, but they are actually not true. They are not true. And at times, over the years, some people have held on to those beliefs over the years. They've built their lives around those beliefs,
Around
but they are
it.
actually, yes, they are not true. And when we look at finance, finance is one of the social economic factors that influences the marriage stability. It influences marriage satisfaction and the stability of homes. And it is a very, very important topic in marriage. So I'm glad that you particular topic tonight. And I pray and hope that, yes, all our viewers will learn from what we are going to be discussing this evening. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Ma, for that short introduction. So let's go into it. I will be asking you some of the myths that come up around money, and we'll be talking about them. Like you said, myths are not true, but when we look at them specifically, we'll be able to say to what extent can this be true? Because you have also mentioned that money is important in marriage. So is it that we should not think about money at all? How can we think about money? Those are the things we're going to be talking about in this evening, and I'm just so super excited. So the first one that I want to talk about is, okay, is our money, and my money is my money. I like that part a lot for a particular reason. But maybe after you talk about it, I can. It's very sweet. My money is my money. His money is our money.
Thank you very much. It's a common saying that we hear all the time, especially when it comes to the female partners. Yes, we believe that no, his money is our money. Yes, but my money is what? Is my own money. Yes, but we must realize that marriage is all about partnership. We are a team. We are a team in marriage. And when we are coming into marriage, we are pulling in partnership, one of the key thing about partnership is that what we profit in partnership. Yes. We also pull our resources together, and then we also share the risk of the business. That's what they do in partnership. But at times when it comes to marriage, yes, some people assume, especially the traditional gender roles, they believe that no, in marriage, it's only the man that should bear what? That should bear the financial burdens in the marriage. But it's not like that. So when we come together, we are pulling everything together. We are a team. So if God has blessed the man to be able to carry all the responsibility, fine, is okay. If the man is not able to carry the responsibility and God has blessed the woman to step in, is also beautiful. So that's part of, that's one important part of premarital counseling. We should discuss these things before we get married. There is need for us to talk about our finances, how we intend to run our finances, who brings what, and what method are we going to use. There are different methods of handling finances in marriages. Every home must discover which method works well for them.
for
It's
them.
not
Yes.
blanket method. It's not that, yes, no, I went to my friend's house, my friend's family, this is how they do. We must check what works for us, and then we must apply those principles that work for your own marriage. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ma. That was superb. I just want to add also, you know, the dominion mandate that God gave human beings is not for a particular gender, that we
That's true.
should have dominion. And so, it look as if, in this generation, we are having gender things, equality and all of that. It's not about that. It's about the mandate that we have all been given. So if we put that also in mind, we will be able to disabuse our thoughts about what is my own, what is mine. Because having dominion on, on all spheres of affairs is what God has ordained us to be able to achieve. Thank you so much for that, man. The next one is the man should be the main provider. You have mentioned it a little bit, that if you are the woman and you are doing well, you shouldn't feel somehow taking the risk, because in premarital you would have discussed in this area. So I want you to shed more light on, there's a cultural belief that
yes,
the man is the main provider. And you and I know that even if the man carries a lot of things, there are some other things that seem insignificant but are as important as whatever we call the main. So this means of is the main provider, is the one that must do, how has it even affected people's relationship when you're supposed to be working together as one? Thank you, ma.
Thank you very much. Like we said, our own traditional thinking, this side of the world, our traditional thinking is that we have traditional gender roles where we believe that, yes, we usually use the word breadwinner. We say, no, the man is the breadwinner. The man is the head of the home, and so the breadwinner. And it's very, very disturbing at times when you see a woman that actually God has blessed with economic power, but because she believes that the man is the breadwinner, and the man is not making so much, and she's willing to allow the children out of school. She has what it takes to pay their school fees, but she said, no, since this is the man that is the breadwinner, he should take that responsibility. So she's willing to allow the children to be out of school and stay at home until the man can source for the money and then pay for their school fees. But then we have established one thing when we started, and that is what? Marriage is a teamwork. Marriage is a partnership. So the financial responsibility in marriage should be shared between what? Between the partners. It doesn't matter whether one partner earns more than the other. Both of us are involved in the financial decisions of the home. Even if one partner is earning more than the other, we should the burden should be shared. We should carry the burden. And I also see it as part that, yes, if I'm in a partnership and money affects both partners, so contributing to the financial issue in the home, it brings unity, it brings bonding between couples. One of the key factors that causes strain on marriage these days is what? Is financial pressures. House accommodation issue, welfare issue, children's school fees, health care issues. All these things comes with what? With pressures on the financial state of both the couples. And that is why they need to do what? To see, is a different case if the man has and is not providing. It means that that man has what? He has a problem. And that problem needs to be what? It needs to be addressed. But if a man is doing all his best, and of course, you know his financial state, you know what he gets from his job, you know his salary base, and then you are now wanting him to provide to meet those needs out of the cloud. I don't think that is also too fair on the man. So we share everything in marriage, including what? The pressures, the pains, the good times, the bad times. Yes, we should share it. That's what it means to be what? To be one together. We should carry those burdens together. And by doing that, at times, especially men that are sincere with what? With their financial status, they go through so much depression, they are under pressure, and then you see them putting their hands in a lot of things that they won't have put their hands originally. They are not getting the kind of support they need from their partner. Also, the same thing with a woman. At times, the man sits down, he's not doing anything. It's only the woman that is bearing all the body.
All the body.
It can also be, it can put pressure on her. It can cause resentment and frustration in the family. Thank you.
Thank you very much, ma. Thank you very much, ma. And so from what you also say, I see that a lot of all these myths can also be attributed to, you know, what children have seen their parents do. For example, it can also from maybe significant emotional experience, from upbringing, from their environment, you know, what is prevalent in the environment that they grew up from. And if it's not addressed, it's taken to their own lives and being replicated. I also see that sometimes it's as a result of, you know, maybe trauma, maybe a daughter or a girl that have seen the way the father treated the mom and just vowed, nobody would do this to me. I'm going to. And, you know, when we don't heal of all of these things, they just show up and they keep going, and you keep attracting the kind of trauma that you already have because you have not been healed. So I just thought it was a good time to just, you know, chip in that so that our viewers, whether you are here or you're going to listen to it later, can be able to know and have like a check with yourself and see what this myth that you are believing, where did you pick it from? Who sold this to you? Like you said from your foundation, from the introduction, that they are lies. They are not true. So ask yourself, who sold this lie to you in the first place? Where did you get it from? Do a self-evaluation of the things or what you have thought about that a marriage should be, and begin to ask yourself questions. Is this what you really want? By working together, like you said, in premarital, you address all these issues right on time, head on. Because at that time, you're not thinking about it. You're just thinking about the wedding, the day, you know, the honeymoon and all of that. But these are real issues that you are going to encounter. And if you don't know what you're going to do, if you're not equipped, if you're not informed, educated about it, you are going to fall to the default that you came from, whether from upbringing and whatnot. Thank you so much for that, ma.
I was going to add something to what you have said.
Right, ma.
You know,
yes, ma.
I usually tell people that education is very powerful. What you know can help you in different ways. And what you don't know can also life. You know, we are talking about premarital counseling. Just like you said, some their attitude about money is based on what they have seen in their homes, what they have been taught over the years. And you know, one of the places you can even dictate this is when couples are preparing for marriage. You know, when couples are preparing for marriage, the traditional role is that in our culture is the husband's people that takes up this particular responsibility.
Yes.
It's the wife's people that take up particular
Yes.
responsibility. So man has brought out all his money. He has spent. In fact, he's already thinking of going to go and borrow to meet wedding preparation. But the wife can be what? It can be supportive. But she's not doing that because of what? The cultural belief or the exposure that she has had over the years. That's a man's responsibility. Is the one that should take care of everything. He should buy everything. He should do this. He should do that. It also at times happen on the other side. It can also be the woman that is accurate and saying that, yes, no, let me just do everything. Let me take responsibility for everything. Later on, the man will be doing those things. So those are red flags that we need to look at critically. We need to look at before starting your homes. You need to discuss it. And because of discussing finances, you know, there are so many aspects of finances. We discuss the man's view, his orientation about finances. The woman
about money. About money.
Their perspective about spending, saving, and so many other things. You'll be so that yes, some people, it was at that point of premarital counseling that they were actually helped. Some people have some strange belief. They have some strange ideas, some strange perspective
about money. About money. Yes.
Wonderful that yes, we are discussing it now, so that those that are entering marriage can be helped, and those that are already in marriage that are having can get help also. Thank you.
Thank you very much, ma. Thank you so much, ma. Premarital counseling is so important. There is also postmarital counseling. So after you have been married, you know, you are now in the practical and you are encountering this thing, you can come back for postmarital so that those issues can be properly addressed. Because in actual fact, there is no marriage that cannot be saved if you are willing to do the work. If you are, because if you have the ability to blend, if you have the ability to learn, if you know what you are bringing to the table, what are you bringing? Are you bringing superior strategy? Are you just believing that, you know, you are the all-knowing? Because it's only God that is all-knowing. You think what you know, you have not gone to another person's farm to see how large their own farm is. Your perspective about something might not be, you know, relevant at this age, like in this era. And so why do you have a partner? So that you can be better, so that you can be better off. The book, you know, 2 is better than 1, because they will get a reward for their labor, you know. So let's consider this. It's important to take the right step as you go into marriage. Talking about money before marriage is unnecessary. That's another myth. No, we can't talk about money now. When we get there, we'll be talking about it. No. We can't talk about, like you said, some people have some weird ideas about money. I also think, you know, the way people are wired also contribute to their perspective to money. Some personality types are high risk takers, where some are very low risk takers. So if someone that is high risk getting married to someone that is a low risk, especially if no, the gender is the opposite side, the woman is saying, let's go and do this, please. The man is saying, no, let's do it. You know, you'll be feeling that this man is lazy. This man is not saying what I'm saying. You know, all those areas will be addressed at premarital. But talking about money before marriage, let's break that myth first before we go ahead, ma.
Thank you very much. Like I said when I started my introduction, I said finances are one of the primary sources of one of the social economic factors that causes strain and pressure on marriage. And it is also one of the primary sources of conflicts among married couples. It causes disagreement and so many other things. It's not a romantic topic. It's not a romantic topic. of the several times I've been in a premarital counseling and we have had to bring up the issue of finances, is not actually very, very palatable, because
Yes.
you could see from the case of both the couples to be that yes, it's not a it's not a romantic topic.
They are trying to shy away from it.
Yes, but it is very crucial. It is a very, very an important topic that yes, it should not be missed at during premarital counseling. So what is the essence? What we need to talk about? In fact, not talking about finances during premarital counseling is a big mistake. It's a very, very
big mistake.
So, yes, it's a very, very big mistake. So why do we need to talk about premarital counseling, finances during premarital counseling? There is need for honest, I put it like this, honest, sincere dialogue, money issue between intending couples before what? Before they get married. Because of what? There are so many reasons. We have individual spending habits. Yes. We have different financial goals.
Yes.
We have individual financial goals. We have individual spending habits. We have different perspective about finances. Some people believe that, yes, you cannot borrow money to eat food, but you can borrow money for business. Some people believe that, no, you can borrow money as long as you are collecting salary. If your salary is on throughout the month, before that salary comes, you can borrow money and borrow money. And then as you collect your salary, you pay for those money that you have borrowed. And then you all over again. So
collect another one.
On debt. They are living their lives on debt. That's why money apps are gaining ground these days. What other reasons? To reduce financial strain, which at times is responsible for divorce in marriage, is necessary we discuss money before we get married. It is also necessary we talk about how to manage our money. Like you said, when we are coming into marriage, God is bringing two lives that have two great potentials. God has put different graces in everybody. There are some that are very good with budgeting. There are some that are very good with managing money. And there are some that are poor with managing money. So what God do is that, yes, he brings these two great graces together. And when we match them together, they help the marriage to advance. They help the marriage to what? To enjoy, to be fulfilled. So discussing marriage and finances before marriage is very important. We need to talk about our style of spending, our how we intend to double our finances, how to increase our wealth, and things like that. We need to talk about, are we going to run a joint account? Are we going to run an individual account? Is your money going to be your money, or our money is our money? Those are also part of the things that we discuss when during premarital counseling. So discussing finances during premarital counseling it can never be overemphasized. It is very, very important. Thank you.
Thank you so very, very much, Ma. Because there is this saying that say money is the vehicle for something. Money is the vehicle to achieve whatever that you want to achieve. If you want to show romance to your wife, you might not need money all the time, but once in a while, if you need a quality date, you will need money. And the way you dispense money. So, for example, there are some individuals that everything they see, they have to just buy. They don't have self-control, whether it is needed or not. It can be a man, it can also be a woman. So I describe them as bye-bye. And money in itself is not bad. It's not bad. Like some of our viewers are saying, money takes the character of the owner. Correct. Money in itself is not bad, but it is the character, like our viewer said. I am Ada Blessing. She's saying takes the character of the person that is spending. So if money is not going to say that everything that you see you must buy, you must be the one to have the self-control. And why do you come together? So sometimes when people come to premarital, that's when they know that their purpose for coming together as husband and wife, that is the purpose of their marriage, are not the same. Some come to marriage because that is the next thing for them to do. Some are getting married because they are trying to compete with either their sister or a friend that has already gotten married. Those are flimsy excuses for getting married. Some are getting married because they just want to, flaunt their status as married women. Those are not concrete reasons to get married, because marriage is the coming together of two people, like we define in family system, of two people coming from different nations and coming together to build a new nation. You might be coming from a first world nation and you are getting married to a third world nation. The culture in third world is quite different from the culture in first world. So are you willing to learn the culture from the first world and see how it can shape you and make you better? Or you want to drag, the person from the third world, you want to turn the person from the first world down to the third world. And what is it going to achieve for the two of you? You are supposed to come together and become better. So not talking about money, as simple as, how, you run the home, the upkeep of the home need to be discussed. As a man, you can't say that it's not my business, it's just for the woman to do. It's something that you might not be discussing about pepper and tomato and water, but you know how much how much goes into the home, what you want to be able to achieve, the quality of the lifestyle that you want to put into your home. If you are discussing with somebody that is coming from a third world, the ideas that may be coming might not resonate with the man or the person that is coming from the first world. What have you put together? So it's from the premarital that you are able to identify that this person is coming from a particular culture that is not exposed to some things that you might, really want, that they're just like basic lifestyle for you. So discussing all of those, it goes beyond shoes and bag, goes beyond I'm throwing party. You might want to buy a car and you are not agreeing on the kind of car. You might want to go to vacation and you are not agreeing on the kind of vacation or the destination for the vacation. Those are, things that you need to, and it can cause resentment for a while and end up breaking that marriage, because the other person is saying that I'm not being heard. This person doesn't take my advice. My partner sees me as the doormat. I'm always the one taking it, especially if the person is a dependable truck. The person is a melancholic in personality. I'm taking this too much. I'm taking it too much. Two people cannot work together except they agree. So agreeing on whether my money is, you might not necessarily have a joint account. If, like you said earlier, what style do you want to admit? What style do you want to use? Because so person uses this style, they use the joint account, they do this thing. It might work for them. Is it going to work for you? Do you know yourself? Are you working with a vision? Do you have values that you are working together with? What's your own purpose for marriage? Some people, their purpose for marriage is contracts. And it will work for them because they have already come out to talk about this is the contract. This contract is for 10 years. And this and this and this and this and this. And it will work for them.
That's true.
But you want a long-term marriage and you're not willing to spill all of this. You're not willing to talk about the elephant in the room. You just want to wish it away. When it comes to money, you are just silent. Even if you're not the one making the most of the money. You can also still contribute. No, you should also still contribute. Not you can. Because by contributing to it, it makes you feel that you are part of it. In Milo's hierarchy of need,
Yes.
you know, acceptance is the next thing after you have eaten and after you have, because we all want to be accepted. If you are in a marriage, in a relationship, in your home, and you are not accepted by your partner, that's a cause for divorce, because you see yourself as you don't belong to this place. And so money can cause all of this that we have said and more if they are not addressed on time. If they are not addressed on time, because they are coming, so many underlying factors that are going to be showing up. Trauma, like I said earlier, can be part of it. Upbringing, cultural belief, wrong mindset. It might also even be ill preparation, immaturity. All of those things, they are ignorance. Ignorance, the man must be the one to do this, and you are struggling. And this woman is making millions. And you are saying, because I'm the man, I'm not going to talk to her. Hello, sir. Don't kill yourself with depression. Because our money is, your money is our money. My money is our money. Your money is our money. We can work things out, and you can also be able to, see what you can be able to do, and the partnership will move forward, like they say, to the permanent sites. You can be able, this permanent site in this case of marriage is achieving things together. Maybe you have a vision, you know what you want to, maybe you have career goals, you have business goals that you have shared with one another. You can be able to achieve it by being vulnerable about money, by not allowing other people's perspective about money to be the one to dictate what will work for you. Do you have something to add, Ma? I thought you wanted to say something. All right. So, like another one that I want us to look at again, please drop your comment. If you have Team Joy's account, like we said earlier, please let us know. You can share your own opinion as well. Let's hear you. Let's give your contribution. If we love each other, we don't need to make financial plan. They say love covereth all things. Because I love you, I'm not going to bring out your weakness and put it into your face. I'm going to be able to protect you, be the one when you need it, I'm always there for you. But you know that life happens to people. So
that's true.
So if this person fails in this area, how are you going to be able to equip? How will 2 is better than 1? How will it really work? If we love each other, we don't need to talk about financial plan. Financial plan for ourselves, financial plan for our children, financial plan for the future. In 10 years' time, what are we looking at? Financial, that because love alone will solve financial plan. Is that correct, Ma?
Thank you very much. Love is beautiful, but love does not put food on the table. Love does not.
Thank you.
Yes. There's one joke that my husband usually crack, and that is, can there be love without money? Yes. That joke always, that can there be love without money? So love has its own function in marriage. Finances also have their own function. We don't use the currency of love in the physical markets. We don't use the currency of love when we go to healthcare facilities.
Yes.
We don't use the currency of love to pay for house rent. We use Nigerian currency. Yes, we use Nigerian currency. And just loving my husband, just sitting down at home, my husband too is sitting down at home, and we are loving ourselves, we are looking at our face, we are being it doesn't create that Nigerian culture that we need for all those things. Now, when we talk about the place of financial planning, I want us to look at the advantage, the general advantage of planning itself. There's a that says we plan so that we will not fail. So when you are also planning, it means that you have also positioned your mind for what? For failure. So
yes,
planning helps us to look at our situation, to look at what we have, to look at our goals. You know, when you were talking about goals, to look at our goals and so many other things, and then to sit down together and discuss how do we meet. You know, Bible talks about a man that wants to build a house. He said he first sits down, he counts and look at what if it will be enough for him to do what? To meet up the structure, the project that he's doing. So that's one advantage of planning. That's one advantage of planning. We have limited resources and unlimited needs.
Resources.
So we
needs, yeah.
To plan. Yes. We have so many needs. Some of our needs are classified under wants, and some are what? They are genuine needs. And we must take order of priorities. So we must come together as a couple. We must sit down. Why do I look at women that go to market without a list as a
list?
I don't want to call them unserious women, but I see it as taking risk. You have needs in the house. It's end of the month, and you have 30,000 naira to go and buy things in the market, and then you just say, enter the market like that. And then if I get to a shop where I saw sugar, I will suddenly remember, oh, I need sugar. I buy sugar. If I get to another, it may be shoe. I need shoe. I buy shoe. And then by the time you enter 4 or 5 shops, your money has finished. And you come back home and realize that you did not buy the main need. So plan help us to be what? To be proficient in tackling what? In meeting the needs of our needs. In meeting yes, and our future needs. And then when you come, you know, when you are a bachelor, there's a way you live your life. You can buy things that are not relevant. You can buy anything. You are able to. But now that you are married, children, you have brought in innocent lives. So you need to plan. And when you are planning, you need to put them into consideration. You need to think about the difficult seasons of their life and how you meet the needs of those their life. So to say that, yes, love is sufficient, let's just be living in the cloud. Say we are living in the cloud. We are just in love. It's just love, 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 love. With that love, there will be a time of hunger. With that love, there will be a time for us to meet so many needs. So planning is very, very important. In fact, I encourage couples to have a financial meeting days. If you can do it at the beginning of the month, it can be at the end of the month, where we sit down, we check what is coming in, what are our priority for this, what are the needs that we have. We write down our project and do so many things, and then we now decide, okay, we will meet this need, we will meet that need, and then we have optimized our needs, and we keep going over it to ensure that yes, we are doing what the right thing. So planning is very, very important and is key. Thank you.
Proficiency. Thank you so much, ma. As you are talking about it, I remember maybe I should just spill this milk now. So spill this tea now. So I remember early in marriage. By the way, I'm going to be I'm close to 20 years in marriage, but in our early, I think it was our first year in marriage. So the only counseling we did was the church counseling, because you know this counseling was not very available at that time. And I remember that we had separate goals. We had separate goals. As I talk about my goals. He said I talked about my husband talked about his own as well. But underneath my goal, there are some, underneath goal that you're just okay. This one is just, I will just be achieving it. He will just be achieving his own and all of that. So along the line, the money that I was expecting came earlier than expected. It came earlier. So I did not even bother to talk to him about I'm going to get what I wanted to get. I just got it with the mind that I'm going to surprise you. This thing came earlier. I'm going to. So as I came, okay, unfortunately at that time, what he was expecting had not materialized. So in his own envisioning of his goal, his was supposed to come before mine. And so when his own came, he was thinking that when his own arrived, it would be like big. Even though my own goals, it was going to, swallow mine. So, but when my own came, I was excited that, I'm going to surprise him. As he came, that issue, that goal that I was almost scattered us. Because it became an issue. I was wondering, okay, the surprise now. Who is surprised? I'm the one that I'm surprised. Because we did not align together, something that we're going to need together. But I was thinking that it was more important to me than to him. He had planned to get it, but he wasn't going to get it at the time that I wanted to get it. So I thought that by getting it before him was going to be, a good thing. And in fact, our marriage was maybe less than a year. It shook me to my bone. Like I cried for like a week because it was I saw the other side of him, so many things that I did not realize. And so planning since that time, there's nothing that we don't plan together. If I'm going for shopping for the money, even if it's not taking me, I'm talking about it, so that he knows, so that when I come back, I might be moody, I might be tired. Like you said, planning helps it saves time when you plan together. When you have a financial plan, it saves time. What this person is trying to, because what you are going to be seeing, the other person can also see it better, so that they can be able to achieve it better, so that you can be able to do it faster. Thank you very much. Planning is key. Yes, somebody is saying planning is key. You are very, very correct. Yes, ma. So planning is key. I hope we have been able to learn one or two things about money on this show today. We are going to be wrapping up very soon. Ma, do you have any closing remark for us? I know that we have said a lot this evening. We have said a lot.
Yes. The thought came to my heart, and at times there are some personal issues that also put strain on our finances. There are some issues that make a husband decide that, no, I have had enough of bad handling, bad management. And so because of that, I'm